night. Downtime, lovely abilities, new powers, awesome things that we resolved in our own stories, dealing with past trauma and future of our peoples or our own personal paths paved for ourselves. Last time in particular, we enjoyed an elven wedding, and Bryn sort of proved to her mother that her path is chosen and ever-changing. She did some sort of like questing through the year. She earned a feat, I believe. That was Emily's choice. And at the end of downtime, things took a turn for the dire. A group of selected attacks began to unleash across Taldore, seemingly targeting our party, our heroes here. Barely surviving, we faced off against an incredibly powerful group of foes, a seemingly immortal, fully unkillable vampire, a one-armed hulking pit fiend, an undead dragon that was after Casimir, very similar to the ones that we killed on our very first adventure in Stilben. Very similar. And seemingly joining forces with the followers of Vecna, this group of villains here, is now broken out of prison. Since they couldn't have Casimir, one of the most powerful diviners on the continent here, they settled for second best, which is our old enemy, Estella Ladimar, who I believe has a rock for an eye now, because you gave her a fake eye.
Fucking marble.
Yeah. To make things worse, freed from her bindings, Ash. Seemingly Casimir's sister, our longtime villain that we dealt with sometime in the past, is returned. As the party gathered at the burning temple of Arathis in Westron, she and her Ash and her group of villains here all disappear as they stood there. Oh yeah, going in the line there, Bella, you had to deal with this like one-armed gigantic fucking pit fiend whose arm you cut off, who is taken with Ash there, of course, who has taken the Isender Hiroshi once again in a almost same exact way. Bella, you barely survived. Bella, you barely survived. You are an incredibly powerful warrior. By even a fraction lesser king or queen would have died, but not you, because you are a hero and a monster. You, as the party showed up, slaughtered a room of like 50 cultists who were hitting you with like evil necrotic energy blades. Your beloved, the Moon Mistress Aretusa, was there to sort of help, but she was wounded as well, as she had to retreat into the Feywild to mend her wounds. Bryn, a small temple in Westrun that you often return to after you're done with your sort of missions and quests given by your mighty Lord of Storms. You were ambushed by a bunch of fiends and undead creatures that you abjured away, carving your way through more larger, dangerous ones. While also in Western there, Sky, a temple of Arathis was under attack by this seemingly a group of like enchanted devil power gargoyles and a vampire walking through, and every attack you threw at him just would not fucking work as they came for the hand of Vecna. You managed to, however, to acquire it and keep it from their hands. Bryn sort of united with you. You started fighting together, and almost we're doing great progress trying to kill this guy, but it would seem that no matter how badly you eviscerate him, his body would just repair itself, even though there was light, even though there was like radiant damage. All this stuff was just what would usually stop a vampire was not working. Meanwhile in Iman, Roxy was bolting through the city streets, through the sewers below, teleporting around, moving incredibly quickly as a group of demons, these like winged soul-stealing demons with like massive open jaws that go down to their middle of their chest, flying around, hulking giant ones attacking after her. Roxy, the city is mostly cleared out of the class, but of course there will always be class, always a new head of the Hydra will rise, but installing an almost new kind of power in the city's undergrounds. You ran to them to protect them. Some of them fighting back, giving you a chance to sort of escape and keep running. Yeah. But you looked on up. You honestly had the least trouble. Being an incredibly fast and incredibly stealthy individual, you avoided a lot of the trouble almost immediately. Yeah. But looking on up to the high towers above Iman's sort of cloud-top district, you saw explosions and necrotic flames burning as you knew that Casimir's new sort of tower, his home given to him by the Arcana Pensophical, was there. You rushed over. We got to Casimir, who was being mauled and being attempted to be paralyzed by a bunch of ghouls as a strange little fucking creature emerged. It's like Slenderman, thin, bone-thin, undead-looking guy who was like, had a skeletal head, but a human's skin and face, like draped and pulled tightly over it. He pulled out this long scalpel knife and as instructed by Ash, said without a sight, he's not much of a problem. Jabbed a knife some 3 inches into your skull through your eye socket, taking sight from that eye permanently. As they drew it back to go for the second one, you unleashed some of your magic, moved around them, avoided a lot of them, and started running. And as you did, you encountered face to face as you teleported right in front of him, almost as if someone, a Lord of Secrets, whispered into Zektoron's ear where you will be exactly. Standing there was your old master, Casimir, who tried to immediately grab for you here with an incredibly dangerous death spell from this like artifact staff he had. As you unleashed your abjurative forces, breaking the staff and sort of banishing him as he disappeared, before Roxy rescued you just in time from a death dragon. A skeletal, sort of purplish shadow flowing on it, skin tightly pulled against the bone, massive skeletal wings, leaped on down to attack, unleashed this giant breath attack that melted, quite literally melted some guards and warriors and knights that were nearby, hiding in a little pocket plane there. You guys hopped out, and with help of a colleague, honestly, a colleague to Casimir here, with the help of the leader of the Arcana Pensophical, Urek Windkeeper, we were teleported to Western, where as we came out of that Temple of Arathis, as all the whole party sort of began to gather after we went and sort of gathered Bella as well, who's still profoundly wounded, so barely alive. We stood there as the temple burned down, as chaos in the streets and people are fighting undead and demons. We looked on up to see these group all together. We saw Ash, we saw Archmage Zektoron, we saw Estella Ladimar, that skeletal shadowy dragon, that gigantic pit fiend, that undying vampire, and the like skin over the face sort of surgeon skeleton, as they all vanished. Sky, I would like to begin with a perception roll from you. Actually, Roxy as well, because your past perception is insane.
Let's see, a perception roll from me?
Yes.
Okay.
My God. Very nice, Roxy.
So yeah, fucking Roxy's rolls is crazy bonkers. Perception.
I see everything. I'm crazy.
You see everything. She's crazy.
7!
Sky, you, only thing you are hearing is the pulsing of necrotic magic as you look down, holding this rotting limb in your hand here. That's just sort of like folded in your arm as you're holding onto it. The energy is pulsing off of it. It is the antithesis of what you are. Your angelic self, you are unable to sort of focus properly, as this is a pure artifact of what is a contrast to you, undeath, necrotic, evil energies. As it's washing over, you are unable to focus. You look on up, you see all these guys, but what Roxy was, Roxy, as all the portal opens, and well, not less of a portal, more so all of them just being kind of drawn into nothingness, just sort of absorbed backwards into something You saw for a moment behind them a hand, a human's hand, come on out, and as the portal parted just barely enough, you saw the last member of the Red Path, Derival, open a portal as all of them boom, get sucked into it and disappear. All of you look amongst yourselves. The town around you, guards stabbing and attacking a bunch of demons and undead. You see a bunch of clerics of the Lawbearer running out of the temple as they're looking, water, get some water! They're trying to put the temple out as it's burning and sort of collapsing to one side. You see a bunch of undead running through the streets. A group of mages, some random adventurers that are in town at the time, throwing out little firebolt spells and stuff like that. Devils, which are these like bat-like devil little guys, a little bigger than imps, so they have spines all over their backs and stuff, little winged devils flying around that you guys are all able to blast down, and guards are shooting sort of like crossbows at and everything, and it's a very sort of chaotic next like 40-50 minutes while all of these monsters are sort of expelled and killed in town. There's a lot of casualties, a lot of people died, lost their lives, but by the end of it, I think the last sort of moment of battle we see is this like hulking giant, this sort of like this like stone giant kind of zombie that it sort of falls to its knees, and then its head snaps back as we see sort of slashing up and through its chin is Bella, who sort of falls down as this thing falls back, and we see in the background the rest of the DawnGuard kind of disposing of whatever other demons and undead were there. You see like bloods down your faces, some sweat on you, a little bit of exhaustion here and there, but the fighting ends for the night here, as people are frightened and asking like what's happening. There's a bunch of like mages sent here by the Arcana Philosophical. There is a bunch of clerics from all religions. Everyone's trying to help and figure out what the hell just happened. As all of you finally have a moment to speak amongst yourselves.
The fuck did you all come from?
Fucking Emon, it's real fucking bad over there.
Maybe better in Western.
Well, Cass lost an eye, so I think that's...
Casimir has a giant bloody sort of mark and blood just pouring down the side of his face.
Got some dragons over there, and they almost fucking killed us.
Well, that's on Paul for him on. But anyways, there's a fucking vampire lord or some shit in Western. That was not crap.
Yeah.
Sky, how long did we fight that thing for?
God,
You
felt
guys
like
fought
fucking an hour or better.
It was like 10 minutes. Combat usually in D&D is like a minute and we're done. You killed him so many times and he just sort of like blah, 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 like reassembled, like almost like dust rebuilding his form, just sort of reforming himself.
Why did you put his dust in a bag of holding like we did last time?
Well, he just
No,
kept
it
reforming,
was too
like...
fast. It was too fast. And
Once again, bag of holding is not inescapable. People with anything can stab through it on the inside. It's not like a demi-plane, it's just bigger on the inside. The magic makes it just way bigger on the inside. It has walls and everything.
Well, is everything okay? You're home, Bella?
Oh, no, we got attacked. Then they took Isne Hiroshi.
Bella fully has a hole that big through her through her belly, like open wound in her chest about that. Like it's healed and everything, right? From all the healing that your clerics did and everything. But you have a mark on your body that's probably gonna be permanent, Bella.
That big ol' fucking demon showed up too. That one with the one arm. It in Sky. Not Sky. It's been a second. I'm getting my names crossed. Ash. There we go.
Ash was Sky sometimes. So yeah. Sky was Ash. I don't know. That was yeah.
Ash took her.
I think immediately Bryn and Roxy, you guys both look at each other like this. What happens when we show people mercy, right? They come back to be our enemies.
Well, how the fuck did she get out of your mom's thing? Is everyone in like a single and okay? Because they must have attacked them to get her out.
Oh fuck. Could somebody send him a message?
Well,
No?
really quick. What are they? They're assembling all the pieces. What about the battery?
It's under attack, I think.
It's under attack as well.
Bryn, you got a message. When all of this was sort of winding down towards the ending of this fighting here, that's when we ended with last time, right before they teleported. Right after they teleported, you heard a message from Mark 1, Annihilation, or Annie, the giant robot that you are now the master of, said intruders detected, deploying defense. That's a big motherfucker. You guys had trouble dealing with Annie, yeah? Right? So she's probably Annie's gonna be okay for some time, right? Sorry. But you don't know what kind of powers they have.
I mean, everything else is fucked. Should we let him get the battery, or should we go there next?
We should let them get all the pieces. I mean, they got everything else, right?
We gotta go there then.
You got the pages.
I think we're necessarily like in a good position to jump into another fight with all those people. Kick their fucking ass.
Well, the only thing, I mean, we can move it, but move it closer to us, but they're gonna get there pretty quick. We don't have that much stuff in there, but like all the ogres or whatever, those giant people, they probably dead.
Hill Giants of Gundergrunch there, and then in the Volt Arcano home, you have 3 robots. One
we never
is,
fixed it, right? It can only move.
They
The home.
self-repair.
The home just teleports a few miles at a time. We never moved it. We
That's what I
left
was
it
saying.
there because it was safe with the giants. It has a bunch of hill giants
Yeah.
helping. They
So
said
it's not
that
like we could.
King Gondolor said that him and his hill giants will like protect it for you guys because you helped
Right.
them. So it's back there. We have, but it does only have 3 defenders in there, which is Mark 1, which is the giant robot, Mark
Right.
2, which is like the anti-magic robot, and then Mark 3, who is the giant rolling orb of steel blades.
What I'm saying is we couldn't move it to unlock. It would take forever.
No. It would take, it only teleports about 15 miles a day. So it's not meant to be moved, but it can. As you guys are having this discussion, a voice rings out from the crowd below that are gathered, who are looking around to all the damage and carnage, people kind of frightened. This is happening late at night. And a voice rings out saying, Archmage Casimir, Archmage Casimir. And you look down, and you within the Taldore Republic here. As she approaches, you see she's got some like scrapes on her and everything. As she says, DawnGuard, there you all are. I'm glad to see that you are all well. Oh goodness, kind of looks over to Bella's wound. Your Highness, I see that you have been attacked as well.
We all have.
She looks on around to you all, sees the temple burning down, looks over to Sky, sees your like uniform and everything, says, I'm terribly sorry to see what all has happened. This night has been chaotic. attacked rampaging fiends and undeads. But the brief investigation we had.
Ah, yes, much better.
That might be gone still. I don't know if you can talk. Oh my gosh. You get absolutely go ahead and give it a restart, all right? It'll shut down everything, so hopefully that'll do something. All right.